Evening, guys. It's 7:24 at night. Pacific Standard Time. It's still going off. The fireworks. And not to mention the smell of the sulfur coming through the windows. Isn't that nice? So for right now, we are dealing with fireworks season here, and it's going to get even worse. I don't know much longer we're going to be able to deal with this damn crap. And I'm not quite sure how the hell I'm going to be able to deal with this damn crap. Or let alone the rest of the neighbors out here. Some of them are complaining online, but do I see the trucks rolling by or sheriff's units driving by? No. They're not doing a damn thing. There's not enough response out there, so. Yeah, they're supposed to have safe and sane stuff going on, but somebody tell me how fireworks are safe and sane. Because I never could quite figure that one out. Not in this situation, anyway. So currently, I got a menagerie of liquids here. That's going to be keeping my kidneys from going crazy at this point. But all this damn stuff, I keep asking myself. The reason why I did the videos in the first place, asking myself about patriotism, fireworks, and everything else in between. From what we're told in history classes, we celebrate the independence from England. So we constantly do that. But, said before in my other videos, it has to become more than just that. It has to become more of a deeper meaning with each one of us who actually celebrate what this holiday means to each other. We ought to figure out for ourselves individually why we celebrate July 4th. Is it because of an anniversary that happened long ago? Is it the current stuff that we're celebrating? There may or may not have residents, or presidents, or something that actually matters a damn thing to us. I come across a stranger that I hadn't seen in this complex here. I don't know if I've seen this guy before or not. Maybe I have, and not quite sure. But I know he recognized me, and the problem is sometimes my memory goes, and I didn't recognize this guy, but maybe I did. The conversation we had was totally weird, not regarding patriotism or flags or anything else like that. Philosophical stuff that would confuse the living crap out of anybody else unless they were drunk or high. I wasn't drunk, I wasn't high, and I was just trying to make sure this guy wasn't going to be a threat. These days, I just don't trust anybody anymore. I don't feel comfortable. So, I have to keep an eye. Sometimes I thought I was going to be a threat, and other times I didn't. But, as it turned out, he just wanted to have a philosophical discussion. Because apparently, I gave an answer that piqued his curiosity. That's a scary thing when you do that to a person. Trying to pick up a conversation like that? Good Lord, what are you trying to do? Make your brain worse than it already is? Mine's already out there. And I don't know where it is. I'm still trying to find it. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. And I know part of it I was just, you know, wasn't quite sure what the hell to do with this gentleman here. So, we said our stuff. We parted ways. I just wanted to stay outside for a few minutes just to see if I could deal with the damn fireworks when they hit. I was still trying to capture the moment and still capture the meaning why we do this shit. It's not the history by rote. To me, it's personal than that. It's more than that. Why? I'm seeing our civil liberties. I'm seeing our rights being threatened in each state. Some states fighting for it, and other states are just saying that we have to go for a more extreme measure of dealing with what we consider as our American values. The reason why I went off on those other videos, because I didn't know. We shoot off fireworks because they're fun, right? For other people, it has deeper meanings. For those veterans who've actually shed blood and came back alive, barely, but came back alive, they mean something to these guys. Whether or not the country actually backstabbed them or actually did the country support their ass. Did the people actually decide to spit on them or did they actually decide to cheer them on? We have had instances in our wars that we've learned about. That either we spat upon our warriors that we sent out for doing a political job, or did they come back as heroes because they came back alive and they did what our politicians wanted them to do in the first place? Was it necessary? Was it not necessary? How is history going to be judging every one of us? How do we judge history every time we keep opening up that book that talks about the past? And how are we looking at it these days? Are we seeing that if it's legitimate or not legitimate enough? Apparently people think some of the stuff is fake news. We can't do it because it has critical race theory or it's wokeism. It's a hell of a way to look at our country these days. And you have the fiery politicians going crazy at this point and people taking it seriously enough. Or some actually decide to think that violence in any way, shape, or form is necessary and acceptable. It doesn't matter which particular politician from which particular level. They say it. The people listen. We have a war on extremism, but we can't have a war on ourselves, though, can we? We can't keep figuring out that we have to be held accountable, transparent, and responsible for our own actions and our own thoughts and feelings, and also for our own words that we use. Our words come back to haunt us. They are boomerangs. Either they will uplift or chop our heads off, depending on if the boomerang is angled right. We throw it out, it'll come right back at us. And will we be right at that time? Did our observations, did our understanding of the situation either caused another situation or prevented one from happening? We celebrate. Boy, do we know why? Do we understand? Do we have the capability of figuring this out? It doesn't take college, it takes common sense. Unless your common sense has already been fried out by somebody else that you've been listening to for a hell of a long while and they got you brainwashed in something. Of course, they call it wokeism. Critical race theory. Fake news. And you're so full of fear, confusion, and asinine crap going on through your damn head, you don't know what the hell's going on, except you think you know it. Until something actually happens, and you blame it on everybody else, but you don't blame your own self. Because you got yourself in that situation in the first place. It's no wonder the professors have issues with the students these days, because they're not taught enough of the critical thinking. And in colleges and universities, as I understood coming into the college as an old fort, they had this thing going, and I didn't hear about it when I was going on into college as a teenager. They didn't talk about this shit. We didn't talk about this shit going into a community college. I wasn't there. You just had to learn by rote and just spit it out to the professors and just get the hell out of there after 2.5 years. You get your A degree in something, then you get your pass on to the other ones. And if your grades are really high enough, they'll notice you're a superstar. Hey, come on in. You're just one of the other regular ships. Find another college, you rook. And you're stuck with the AA for a while, or unless you go to another college that gives you a BA, and you got to work for that one. But for the superstar universities, shit. You really got to be out there. Me, I was just handling, just go and find for the lowest rung and just be happy with that. I wasn't going for the PhD or the MA or the BA, but just a simple AA. And I've been through a college system that I had taken college courses and I felt like I've accomplished something. But maybe there should have been more a long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago when I screwed things up. My thoughts, my feelings were different when I was a lot younger. I wasn't mature enough. I didn't have experience. I didn't have context or perspective. These days, I got too much of it. And I see things. And they scare the hell out of me. They scare out of me so much, I don't know what the hell I'm thinking or doing sometimes. Or understanding what people are doing these days. And they frighten me. They do. It's not that college liberates you. You learn a hell of a lot of things to put things into context after you have experiences out there in the field. And you need the classroom studies to figure it all out. And they keep asking you, do you have the critical thinking skills necessary? I'll say 30 years of working out there and trying to analyze and figure shit out. But I'm supposed to bring it into the classroom. Maybe. If you're high school coming out of, if you're the young kid coming out of high school, I don't think so. Maybe they have been teaching it and I've been out of the game too long. But I have to ask questions. I have to ask questions of myself. I have to ask questions of, just ask questions. Why is this different? Why is this important? Why are we celebrating? A historical achievement, I can understand. Of a messy divorce, if I look at it, from one particular country that and one particular despot and government system that really wanted to screw over the people left and right. And we said no, we weren't going to do it. You're taxing us, you're robbing us, you're belittling us, you're beleaguering us, and we said no. You didn't like it. Somebody fired the pop gun, and we went after each other. And during that time, we had to hammer out, besides the Declaration of Independence, to throw it in their face and saying, look, these are our damn grievances. Deal with it or not. You didn't deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. You tossed it away. Guess what, boys and girls? We'll pass. We're not going to look forward to it. And we struggled. The United States, the colonies, the 13 colonies struggled with each other and against the elements and everybody else while trying to plead for help from France, which we screwed them over. Yeah, we screwed over those guys, unfortunately. We made a promise and we said, after that. I'm surprised France didn't hate us all this time. Still supposed to be one of our allies. Even allies can forgive. But we still have memories over this shit. They wanted a democracy, quick and easy. We had to struggle years over it. Until finally we got the surrender we needed at that point. When we had a leader of, well, basically a general, saying he had enough. And with the French helping us out, well, he was screwed. Cornwallis surrendered. Everybody went home. Except everybody went home broker than shit. Homes burned down. Families torn apart. And then the banks decided to step in. Say hello to Shays Rebellion after that. Articles of the Confederation were supposed to help him out. Nope, no federal teeth. We need something with federal teeth, hence the Constitution. The great experiment at work, and it's still at work, and it's still being argued, worked upon, argued at again. And people still want to abolish it. They want to believe in it. They don't know what the hell they want to do anymore. But they have the freedom to do just that. Do we celebrate that for July 4th? Can we celebrate a conversation between two gentlemen at night having a conversation over something that maybe one of them has an idea what the hell they're talking about, and the other person, the recipient, is listening and just trying to figure out what this guy's saying by answering a few questions in one way that hopefully wouldn't be the ones that be satisfactory, but not the way you think. Why is there so much evil in the world? Why do we have to have so much conflict? Why do we have this kind of crap happening right now as it is? I told this guy almost point blank, look, we're dealing with a hell of a lot of shit right now as it is. We deal with it or we don't. We cope with it or we don't. We fight. We got no choice. We got to survive. And in this place, we have to survive. See, that's the thing with life itself. Life is not supposed to be easy. Life is supposed to be lived, no matter what kind of hardships we have to deal with, no matter how much loss we have to deal with. I'm all about loss. But for other people, there are different levels of loss. Physical, emotional, spiritual maybe. And those take a toll. And we still have to figure the damn stuff out and see if we can actually move forward. Broken as hell, but we move forward. One of the main reasons why I keep doing my damn channel in the first place is talking about stuff like this. A diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which is me. I didn't ask for this damn shit, but it happened. I didn't want this damn shit, but it's there. What am I supposed to do about it? But I'm dealing, I'm coping, I'm working through it. Well, we had an interesting conversation. Good versus evil on this one. Yeah, I've seen some of the things on there online that people are trying to get into. They're warning other people that Satan's out there, the devil's out there. You know, he's already been around already. He still is. He's still screwing around with our heads one way or another. Talk to a fellow alcoholic or a drug abuser, they know about that shit too damn well. Or you talk to the politicians and they'll laugh at your ass because they know it too damn well. They use it. So we're dealing with that kind of issue. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm wondering, okay, there's another day God gives me, and be grateful for it, be dealing with it, hopefully be something of use, maybe to someone else or not. Just enjoy the day until the recall. And sometimes I don't know what the hell God wants. I mean, if He will give me a clear-cut instructions, yeah, am I going to be screwing this one up? Seriously, am I going to be screwing this one up? If I always happen to give spiritual in a format that I can actually understand, instructions on what to do, how to do it, am I going to be able and willing and competent to do this? I keep thinking about something complicated, extra, whatever, extra dimensional. Try to become maybe more of a, I don't know what the hell. More like Gandhi, more like Jesus, I don't know. Maybe the two. Maybe a bit of Muhammad, Moses, I don't know. Try to find a deeper meaning of that stuff, which pulls me back into the questions. Why the damn fireworks? Why are we celebrating? As I said before, it's personal. We have to find the meaning of the holiday seasons that we're celebrating at this point. Otherwise, it doesn't mean a damn shit. That includes everything we deal with as a holiday that is supposed to have something in it that makes us look at it and think, okay, this means something to me. Or else, some of the elements in it we lost, and then we have to struggle. And the struggle it is. And we ask ourselves why. Because that's the only answer we're going to have. We don't know why. It just is. Do I understand why I have to deal with shit? Nope. I understand that I still have to cope with it. Do I understand why we have violence? Do I understand why everything's in an upheaval? Why can't things be one way or another? I guess he was trying to look for confirmation. Maybe somebody else was trying to think of the same damn shit in the first place. Who's already been through the same damn shit and still questioning why. Because sometimes I keep questioning myself. Why? Why do we have all this shit happening here? Why can't we just have an easy life? Because God didn't intend it for it. And neither did the universe. And they haven't seen it. And they didn't want to recognize it. They want things nice and easy. I'm like, then life's not worth living then. You want to see something that's bizarre in their attitude and their understanding of things? When we talk about science and we're trying to show them the different things of what we've learned about the functionality of the universe itself, the purpose of the universe. The purpose of the universe is up to philosophers to try to figure that thing out. Not to mention the clergy of all sorts to try to find a deeper meaning. I look at the mechanism of the universe and see how it is. The mechanism of the universe is a mechanism. What we think is violent is a process. A process at a level that our brains and maybe our spirits and mind can't comprehend just yet, not until we actually cross over and then we figure it out. And like, my God, that's so damn simple. How come we couldn't figure it out? Because we weren't allowed to just yet. We weren't advanced enough in that situation. It's not going out into the universe. With deeper thinking and analysis and understanding the physical natures of them, yeah, but the why will always be away from us because we miss the beauty of it all. It's organized chaos out there. I'm not I'm not supporting chaos randomly, but there is a function out there in ourselves, around us, outside. I look at the nebulas in the pictures and I'm thinking, a star violently blew up, but left a rainbow out there of different gases, of different elements that eventually may cause planets and solar systems to manufacture and maybe different forms of life. We were fortunate enough to have water on our planet coming down on us. We were fortunate that we were actually have trees producing oxygen until we kill them all. We were actually fortunate enough to deal with a temperate climate until we screw up the damn weather pattern. And we're also fortunate enough we have an aging sun, but it's still there, giving us enough of its power until we get engulfed with it by a supernova explosion of the star, and then we're dead. But until those things happen, I have to be waking up and realizing I'm alive, damn it. I'm alive. I'm grateful for it. And yes, I have pain. I have physical. I have spiritual. I have longing. I have fears. I also have regrets and everything else going on. And I have grief. I have depression. I've got PTSD. I got a lot of crap going on. Some days I could look at myself and not be triggered as bad. And today I got triggered. But I go outside and I'm trying to figure this shit out as I'm trying to climb up on a child's platform things. Trying to watch the fireworks and just figure this shit out. Just looking at them. To the children who keep playing around with the fireworks, they think it's simple. Simple combustion. That's so cute. Yeah, cute for an engineer to figure that shit out, but for the deeper meaning of it, they're not going to be able to captain anything unless they do critical thinking to figure that shit out left and right. Why? What's the purpose? The older I get, it gets deeper and deeper. I am not the most intelligent man, I can tell you that much. If I was, I should have been going through the colleges a long time ago, but I didn't. I'd be part of those community that still owes and owes and still can't make it. But I am where I am right now, and I'm trying to figure shit out. And it's okay. For right now, it's okay. And they've quieted down outside. I guess maybe it was necessary for me to do this. And yeah, I'm sending all this shit out there tonight because I need to. It has to be done. There is a deeper purpose. Or maybe no purpose at all. But there's always a purpose somewhere. Either it's for chaos or it's for order or for something in between. I'd be so full of myself at this point, thinking I know everything. I don't. I'd be a royal fool and idiot thinking I know everything. I don't. Are you kidding me? Come on. Human behavior is just as complex as the damn universe itself. And so is our own beliefs that we have. I still have to keep myself open-minded looking at things and understanding why we're going through this damn shit in the first place. He's asking me a deep philosophical question, or a battery of them. If I was looking through things through a painful eye, I'd probably give him different answers altogether. But just blindly as it is, without touching into the pain, or I was trying to find logic. I was trying to find something to latch on to understand. And he was trying. There was something deeper going on with this stranger than probably meets the eye. Or it's probably something simple that I'd missed. If it is, it's going to be one of those mysteries that are going to be solved later on down the road. But if not, well, I deal with what is. And what is right now, I go to bed. I give my body a couple more hours of sleep before I get back up and be in another zombie stage again. So, we're going to not count down, but just deal with the countdown. It's 10:53 at night. And the war zone is just really about to begin, isn't it?